What's up, family? The brave boyfriend of Breonna Taylor, who fired at the police as they illegally burst through her door on the night she was killed, has settled 2 lawsuits against the city of Louisville. Go get the money, go get the money. Go get the money, go get the money. Yeah. The city agreed to settle lawsuits filed by Kenneth Walker in state and federal court. Backstory: Breonna and Kenneth were in bed for the night when they were roused by banging at Breonna Taylor's apartment door. The police was outside with a drug warrant. They used a battering ram to crash in to her apartment illegally. Kenneth, fearing for his life and the life of Breonna, did what any reasonable man would do. He fired to protect himself and his girlfriend. He struck Sergeant John Mattingly in the leg. Mattingly and another officer returned fire, killing Breonna in cold blood, may I add. So, you had the subsequent protesting that went on. You had a whole bunch of damage to the city. You had police officers being tried and convicted, few sentences handed out, but not enough. Every cop involved in that particular raid should receive the death penalty. Yeah, I said it. Every last one of them. You want to return public confidence in law enforcement? Start killing these cops. That's right. That's right. Start putting them to death. Give them what you give the public when a citizen kills a police officer. Give them a dose of their own medicine. That's how you stop it. And since you won't do that, I can only conclude that you're in cahoots with the rest of them and you want this to happen. Yeah, I said it. You want it to happen. I mean, why not when the police illegally kill people? Why don't you just go around kicking in police officers' doors at home and dragging people out, shaking down the whole community, trying to scare people like you do when somebody kills a police officer? You go into the neighborhood where you think they might live at and go shake the whole thing down, scare everybody, violate everybody's civil rights because this cop got killed. Give me the same energy. I want it. I'm a red-blooded American man. I'm a patriot. I want the same thing. I was raised in America. I want the same action. I pay taxes just like everybody else. I have to go around here and mind the law just like everybody else. I'm expected to treat people with decency and respect others just like everybody else. I want the action that my taxes pay for and those rights that were granted to me by the United States Constitution. See, if I can just get those constitutional rights, I don't even need to deal with civil rights. So, how much? $2 million. I don't think it's nearly enough. Should have been in the neighborhood of 100 million, and I'm not playing. 100 million at least. Breonna Taylor's case is one of the biggest in history. It's going to go down. It'll be historical. Anybody who was violated, any victims, the survivors, they should be well compensated. Now, that's not going to bring her back. It's not going to ease the pain. But in America, the only thing they respect is blood and money. So if you can't get it in blood, you get it in money. You put enough money on it, and you can get away with anything, as long as it's sanctioned by the government. You can do whatever you want to do. You just gotta be sanctioned by the government. You can take out anybody you want to take out. They got a couple of different laws, just depending on who you are, where you fall at on the food chain. That's how it go, fam. That's the game. Earlier this year, the U.S. Justice Department prosecuted several officers, as I alluded to earlier, in this case, and they were charged with conspiracy to falsify Breonna Taylor's warrant, among other things. See, that's what set it off. They straight up just lied, fam, talking about they looking for a drug dealer. So they just go around kicking in doors. Now, do you think, fam, for 1 minute that drugs are only sold in the hood? It's people all over in these suburbs selling drugs. Only thing, they do it a little differently. Instead of people walking up one at a time, they got one person coming through once or twice a week, putting a whole load in the trunk and rolling out. You don't ever see them doing no-knock warrants in the rich neighborhoods and accidentally killing people, hitting the wrong house. They do this in the hood, fam, because they know they can get away with it. And when they do it, they're never afraid. That I fear for my life is just one of those tactics they use to get away with killing. That's the game. And you know what's sad? These local politicians, and really a lot of these state officials too, who stay in office for years and years and years, who people keep voting back in, who are not doing anything about it. That's the cold part. They're not doing anything about it. A lot of them ain't got the balls to stand up to law enforcement because they're afraid of the unions. Yeah, I said it. Whole bunch of cowards. Bullies with badges, fam. That's what we're dealing with. I'm glad dude got his paper. I wish he would have got a whole lot more because he's going to be haunted by that altercation, that atrocity for the rest of his life. I know I wouldn't want that burden for no amount of money. R.I.P. Breonna Taylor. No more talk.